But with the battle for future control of the Senate heating up, sources say House Republicans shouldn't expect the same support for the efforts to lower the top-line annual discretionary spending number from the level agreed by Speaker McCarthy and President Biden. Nor will House conservatives forget about this either. Senior Senate GOP aide said Republicans are going to want to avoid a shutdown. Senate Republicans say there isn't any interest with the GOP conference to push spending bills. They do not have any chance of picking up enough Democratic votes in order to overcome the chamber's 60-vote threshold. And GOP aides point out that Susan Collins, the senior Republican on the Senate Appropriations Committee, has worked well with Senator Patty Murray to pass all 12 spending bills out of the committee's overwhelmingly bipartisan votes. Murray and Collins have an agreement to keep unpersuasive language of the spending bills to keep them on track. Now, Senate sources say that Murray dissuaded Senator Chris Van Hollen from adding a language to the financial services that would require the Supreme Court to adopt a judicial code of conduct. Now, Goldman Sachs has warned clients that it's not now views a government shutdown as more than likely than not. The House Freedom Caucus has issued a statement today calling for non-defense levels for funding to be fiscal by 2024 and to lower them by 2023. Senate Republicans are worried that adding policy are non-starters for Democrats in spending bills. There's also running out of time. Time is running out for Congress to reauthorize a massive bill for agriculture and nutrition spending package known as the Farm Bill. But top Senate leaders are already bracing for lawmakers to strike a deal after its deadline next month. Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell told Kentucky that they will be late, said lawmakers, to figure it out. And the chairwoman of the Senate Agriculture Committee also downplayed the need for Congress to act urgently, pointing out to lawmakers that if they fail to pass a timely bill, well, it'll be over. While major programs like SNAP can continue to operate, programs that rely on mandatory funding authorizations through the spending package, it could take a massive hit. More than 27 million people are living in households that haven't had enough food in the last week. That's up to 11%. The food assistance program is estimated to cost more than $1 trillion over the next decade. With the Farm Bill deadline looming, hunger relief advocates are not optimistic, but the bill will pass. Now, the CEO of the advocacy group, Hunger Free America, says the House is so closely divided that he doesn't think House Speaker Kevin McCarthy will be able to push a bill enough to get support from both sides of the aisle. So let's see what can happen in Congress, if they will shut it down or if they will pass more stimulus.
What you've just heard from Senator Murray is nothing short of remarkable. I've been on the Senate Appropriations Committee for 25 years. I had just about given up hope that we could return to regular order. But the two new leaders on the committee, especially Senator Patty Murray, along with Senator Collins, are setting an example for Congress and for the nation that when the two parties work together, it's in the best interest of the United States. And they've done it in a fashion that is easily explained and easily defended. They've based their appropriation bills on the agreement reached between the President of the United States, the Speaker of the House, and the leaders in Congress, just several weeks ago for that matter. And they've done it in a remarkable way. To think that we have had only maybe 12 dissenting votes and 12 bills.
Millions of Americans see the monthly benefit check increase, everybody. It's happening now. Households with low income will be able to claim extra relief money starting this month. Lawmakers have approved new legislation that would allocate billions of dollars towards new crisis relief assistance programs. The Department of Children and Families also announced that the Florida application for Disaster SNAP program has been approved. The program will provide assistance to food families and individuals affected by the hurricane who are not already receiving food assistance benefits through the programs. It's going to help so many people out now, everybody, and this is really great because state officials have said the program will be implemented by phases and by each county starting Monday, October 10th. So it's going to be helping so many people this week and this month with stimulus payments. People get the help they need. The Secretary of the State told reporters that our department is working around the clock to provide critical resources to families that are impacted by this, and our goal is to provide families with support as quickly as possible. And more than 500,000 Massachusetts households will actually start receiving the food assistance and can get a boost this month from the starting of the Keeping High with Inflation. Now, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker has actually announced that 550,000 households will participate in the SNAP's program and will see an increase starting in the October 22 benefits. And those receiving SNAP benefits will get a 12% increase, with households seeing an average monthly boost of $25 to $30. The federal government adjusts SNAP benefit payments yearly to keep up with inflation, and Baker's office said that this recent increase reflects Massachusetts residents and the cost of living and fight hunger and food insecurity across the state. The Department of Transitional Assistance Acting Commissioner said in a press release that SNAP is a critical tool in providing individuals and families with the financial power to buy the food they need. It also plays an important role as an economic stabilizer, providing an influx of federal dollars into the state's economy, supporting our grocery stores, corner stores, and local farms. Utility costs for Massachusetts has also influenced SNAP benefits. Over the summer, the state got an approval from the federal government to adjust the heating costs used to determine the new benefit amount, reflecting the regional rise in utility bills. The administration says it hopes to have a continued SNAP emergency allotment and free school meals for all residents and students this year. In Hawaii's minimum wage actually increased to $12 an hour. The increase will mean an average of about $300 more per month for workers at that wage, but it could also impact their ability to collect food SNAP benefits. The SNAP program is based on gross monthly income, and Joseph Campos, the deputy director for the state, has said that the state will help those on the cusp of losing their benefits when the time comes for the review. He added the federal government will use the offset wage increase when they up the requirement for those receiving food stamp benefits. The higher income rules jumped 12.5% because of skyrocketing inflation, and that could actually protect most people's benefits. Currently, there are 160,000 Hawaii residents enrolled in the program, and New Mexico is also issuing a fourth stimulus check worth at least $400 to help the qualified low-income households. During its 2022 legislative session, the state allocated $10 million for economic aid to help low-income residents. And so while most state recipients will be receiving their payments via direct deposit, you can also get it via paper check, so be on the lookout for that.
Net interest income?
Well, I think it's hard to tell, right? You know, the Fed's on a path to continue to increase rates. At least that's what it appears to be doing. And the market's pricing in a number of incremental rates from here. So that will certainly help. You know, we'll continue to have to pass some of that along to customers through deposit pricing. And, you know, we'll see how loan growth progresses for the rest of the year. But we're in an environment now where we're benefiting from higher rates, as we thought we would coming into this, you know, given our positioning that we've done over the last couple of years.
You mentioned deposit pricing, and I wanted to hit that too, because I know that investors are really paying attention to the outflows right now happening in deposits. Your costs were less than some of your competitors that reported today. First, I'm wondering why is that, and just how competitive you think that's going to get, the pressure to raise those prices.
Well, we certainly have different mixes of businesses, so that's probably part of, you know, some of the differences you see across the peer set. You know, but for us, you know, as we've said for a while now, as rates continue to rise, you're going to see deposit prices go up, and as they rise from here, those prices will go up a bit faster than you've seen so far. You know, it'll happen most in our corporate